Let me ask you something. Have you ever heard a man say something so soul-stirring, so disarmingly sincere that it made the world around you pause? Not because he was trying to impress you. Not because he wanted something from you. But because, in that moment, his guard dropped and his truth came out. See, when a man falls for an older woman, it's different. It's not a reckless attraction. It's not surface-level flirtation. It's intentional. Grounded. Real. Because loving an older woman requires presence. It demands emotional maturity. And it awakens something sacred in a man, something he often doesn't tap into with anyone else. And here's the thing most people miss. The words he uses? They shift. They slow down. They carry weight. These aren't throwaway lines. These are revelations spoken in quiet moments, laced with vulnerability, and heavy with meaning. These 13 words, they don't just land on your ears. They echo in your chest. And once you've heard them, you know you're not just wanted. You're seen. So listen closely. Because these aren't just things a man says. They're confessions of the heart. I want to tell you about a woman named Claire. She's 39. Independent. Radiant. That kind of woman who walks into a room and doesn't ask for attention but receives it anyway. She met Adam, 33, kind-hearted, ambitious, and a little emotionally reserved. At first, she thought it was just flirtation. A fun spark. Until one night, over dinner, he looked her in the eye and said, "I feel more myself when I'm with you." That wasn't just flattery. That was emotional nakedness. Because what he was really saying was, "With you, I don't have to perform. I can just be." And from that moment on, Claire saw the truth. When a man truly loves an older woman, his words start carrying weight, depth, meaning. So now, let's dive into the 13 words men only say when they're falling deeply for a woman with wisdom, grace, and soul. Number 1. Safe. He doesn't mean safe as in guarded by walls or locks. He means safe in the rarest, most vulnerable way, emotionally, spiritually, soulfully. When a man says, "I feel safe with you," that isn't just sweet. It's seismic. Because men are wired to be warriors, taught to carry burdens, not unburden themselves. Raised to shield others, not reveal where they bleed. So when he falls for an older woman, one who listens without trying to fix, who sees through his silence and doesn't flinch at his flaws, he finds something most men never dare admit they need. A sanctuary, not just a relationship. A place where his armor isn't required, and his softness isn't seen as weakness. That kind of safe isn't ordinary. It's sacred. It's a quiet kind of salvation. And once he's tasted it, no chaotic love will ever feel like home again. Because real safety isn't in her arms. It's in how she holds his truth without ever trying to escape it. Number 2. Home. Not a place. Not a location. When he says, "You feel like home," he's not talking about walls or comfort or a place to crash. He's telling you, "You're where my soul breathes. Where my chaos finally quiets." It's not about grand gestures or drama. It's about peace in your presence. A kind of calm that makes the rest of the world fade into background noise. And listen closely, because a man doesn't use the word home lightly. That's sacred. That's soul deep. He says it when he sees a future without questioning it, when your laugh becomes his favorite sound, and your silence doesn't scare him. He says it when his armor drops. When he no longer needs to pretend to be strong, because with you, he's already whole. This isn't romance. This is resonance. And when a man finds that, he holds on for dear life. Number 3. Admire. This isn't your average like, or even your everyday love. This is something deeper. More deliberate. More enduring. When a man says, "I admire you," he's not complimenting your appearance. He's honoring your strength. Your scars. Your story. He's saying, "I see how life tried to break you and how you still rise with grace." Because admiration isn't lust. It's legacy. Younger women might be desired for their beauty. But older women? They are revered for their wisdom. With you, He doesn't just feel romance, he feels reverence. He watches the way you move through storms and thinks, I want to build a life with this kind of woman. Because when a man truly respects you, he doesn't just date you. He includes you in his vision. He values your mind like gold. He sees your worth and he mirrors it back with commitment, not confusion. Number 4. Inspired. You inspire me. A man doesn't throw these words around carelessly. For most men, inspiration is born in boardrooms, battlegrounds, or moments of fierce ambition, not from a woman's presence. But you, an older woman who moves like she's already conquered the storm, who doesn't just speak, she commands the room with her silence. You ignite something deeper than desire, you awaken his dormant greatness. When he says, you inspire me, he's confessing, your energy reshapes my world. Your strength reminds me of the man I want to become. You make me want to build, not just win. Your wisdom doesn't just guide me, it humbles me. Being near you doesn't just feel good, it feels right. Because the truth is, inspiration like this, it doesn't come from youth or charm. It comes from depth. And he sees that in you. Number 5. Healed. Maybe he was carrying the weight of old heartbreaks. Fractures from childhood he never spoke of. Invisible bruises on his ego, masked by charm and silence. And then you appeared. Not with bandages, but with presence. Not to rescue, but to witness. And when he finally whispers, you're helping me heal, what he's really saying is this. Your love isn't fixing me, it's freeing me. It's teaching my heart a new language, one that doesn't speak in fear or flight. It's turning my survival mode into something softer, safer. With you, I no longer flinch at closeness. I lean into it. You're not just healing my past. You're shaping the man I never knew I could become. Number 6. Enough. This one isn't loud. It doesn't come wrapped in fireworks or grand gestures. But when he looks you in the eyes and says, you're enough, it's seismic. No chasing. No proving. No shrinking yourself to fit into someone else's idea of worthy. It's a sacred whisper from a man who's done searching because he's found peace in you. You're enough means I'm not comparing you to a past, a fantasy, or a checklist. It means your flaws don't scare me. Your truth doesn't intimidate me. Your presence is my clarity. It's not just validation, it's reverence. And when a man says that with stillness in his voice and sincerity in his soul, what he's really confessing is, you don't need to become anything more to be loved by me. You already are everything I was unknowingly waiting for. That's not affection. That's alignment. Number 7. Learn. Most men are afraid to be students in love. Because love, real love, requires surrender. Humility. The courage to not always know. But when a man looks you in the eyes and says, I've learned so much from you, he's not just complimenting you. He's confessing that your presence has unraveled his pride and rewritten what he thought he knew about connection. You've become more than a partner. You've become his mirror, reflecting the parts of him he never dared to see. His muse, igniting the kind of fire that doesn't burn, but rebuilds. His quiet teacher who didn't preach, but loved him into transformation. And he's not intimidated by your strength, your wisdom, or your growth. He's in awe of it. Because he realizes now, a woman who expands herself also expands the man beside her. So when he says he's learned from you, he means your love is shaping the man he's proud to become. Number 8. Still. I still think about you. I still get butterflies. I'm still falling. That word still, it doesn't whisper, it echoes. It tells you the fire didn't fade. It matured. It deepened. Still means he didn't just want you once, he wants you again and again, in every version you've become. And when a man says that, he's not just reminiscing. He's confessing, time couldn't numb the pull you have on him. Men fear stillness in love because it demands presence, not pursuit. But when he says, still, he's choosing consistency over chaos, depth over dopamine. He's not intoxicated by a fleeting thrill, he's grounded by the gravity of your soul. His heart didn't just land with you. It built its home there and it never moved out. Number 9. Lucky. Not in a shallow, flippant way. But when he looks at you and says, "I'm lucky to have you," what he's really confessing is this: "You could have had anyone, but somehow you saw me." There's awe in that. There's humility wrapped in wonder. Because a woman like you doesn't settle for surface-level charm. You don't bend for convenience. You don't entertain temporary. You choose with discernment. You stay with depth. And when you give your heart, you do it with the wisdom of a woman who's been through fire and came out gold. So when he says he's lucky, he's not complimenting you. He's honoring you. He's bowing, in his own quiet way, to the rare kind of love that grows from your presence. Because deep down, he knows. You're not a stroke of luck, you're a once-in-a-lifetime alignment. Number 10. Peace. This might be the most romantic word of all. Not lust. Not thrill. Not even passion. But peace. When a man says, "You bring me peace," he's not complimenting your smile, your body, or even your mind. He's honoring your essence. The way your presence silences the storms in his head. In a world that constantly demands him to perform, compete, and pretend you are his pause. You are where his armor comes off. Where his breath deepens. Where his soul exhales. That kind of peace? It's not found in flings or fantasies. It's found in rare souls that don't chase the spotlight but radiate from within. Because men don't fall for the loudest room, they fall for the quiet they never knew they needed. And when a man finds that in you, he doesn't just want to date you. He wants to build a life around you. Number 11. Present. When he says, "I feel present with you," he's not just complimenting your company, he's confessing a rare kind of peace. It means your energy silences the mental chaos. You don't just hold his gaze, you anchor his spirit. You strip time of its rush, and suddenly, he remembers how it feels to breathe. Older women don't just exist, they embody presence. Their love doesn't demand attention, it commands it without a word. And when he's with you, he's not distracted by the noise of the world. He's attuned. Awake. Rooted. You pull him out of autopilot and into alignment. You're not his escape, you're his arrival. And that, to a man overwhelmed by the weight of tomorrow, feels like everything. Number 12. Cherish. I cherish you. 3 simple words, but they carry the gravity of something sacred. It's not about ownership. It's reverence. It means I see you, not as someone to complete me, but someone I hold with gentle hands and deep respect. When a man says this, he's not playing games. He's showing the rarest form of emotional clarity. He doesn't just crave your presence, he honors your essence. Older women aren't impressed by empty flattery. They've outgrown superficial love. And he knows that. That's why he uses cherish. Because he knows your soul is rich with wisdom, and your scars tell stories worth holding close. He sees the life you've lived, the strength behind your softness, the elegance in your resilience. And when he says, "I cherish you," what he truly means is, you are not replaceable. Not to my heart. Not to my life. It's the kind of word a man reserves for the woman who changed how he defines love. Number 13. Forever. The boldest word a man can say isn't love. It's forever. When he tells you, "I see forever with you," or "I'm not going anywhere," don't brush it off as sweet nothings. Because those aren't just words. That's a man bearing his soul. That's commitment with a backbone. He's not promising flawless days or fairy tale endings. He's vowing to stand still with you when the world spins wild. He's not offering you perfect, he's offering you presence. And that, for a man, is sacred. And when he dares to say forever to a woman who's lived, lost, and risen, he's not playing games. He's pleading with fate. He's praying he's enough to match the depth in her eyes. Because with older women, forever isn't about time, it's about truth. She's not impressed by gestures. She watches consistency. She's heard empty promises before, and they no longer thrill her. So when he says it, and means it, he's not just loving her, he's choosing a lifetime in her gravity. He knows she doesn't need him, which makes him want to earn her every single day. And that's the real power of forever. It doesn't beg to be believed. It shows up. Again and again. That's not romance. That's reverence. So there you have it, 13 words a man only says when he's truly in love with an older woman. Not when he's curious. Not when he's charmed. But when he's all in mind, body, and soul aligned in devotion. And if you've ever heard even one of these words from someone, pause. Don't shrug it off. Because these aren't throwaway lines. They're soul signals. Whispers from a man who doesn't just want your body, he honors your presence. Watch not just what he says, but how he says it. Sometimes love isn't spelled out. It's felt. In the way he exhales when he's near you. In the silence that feels safe.